Hi guys, and welcome back to the FSL Female Esports League Asia Pacific Valorant Open. We are finally, after 2 whole days of group stages and a knockout
A knockoff.
games, knockoff.
Yeah,
That would explain some third.
we're about to knock off, but
We're knocking off after this game,
bit of a
but
Freudian psychological slip
it's
from
a
you.
Sunday. Come on.
I know that.
No.
I didn't know that you don't want to cast that long.
No,
you know?
I
thought
don't. Don't
you
throw
jump,
me.
You jump at the opportunity to become a better caster.
Don't throw
you know?
me under the bus. I've had a really fun weekend. This is, if you guys don't know, my first time casting an FPS game. Traditionally, I cast League of Legends as well as some other mobile games. But yep, guys, we are in with the finals of the FSL Valorant Open. Finally, do or die best of three between Celeste, the Indonesian and Malaysian team, going up against a team at Magnifique, our Thailand squad. Both these teams in the top four managed to 2-0 during their semi-final. So we're definitely looking for a good showing for the both of them. Of course, just to recap, we did have a total of 24 teams to participate in this season 1 of the Asia Pacific Female Esports League Valorant Open. We had a group stages yesterday, whittled it down to top 8 teams this morning. Of course, top 4 share a combined $400 prize pool. First place is going to bag a nice $200 for their team. Second place does get that $100. And then there are 2 teams from our semifinals. Of course, top 3 and top 4 both get $50 each. But of course, I mean, these teams, money's
That's
not
a lot
really
of money, actually, if you think about it, because economy scales, right? So $1 or $1 even, and you go and you bring that to Philippines, that's times 33. You bring that to Bangkok, you bring it to Indonesia.
Yep. Yeah, it's a fair amount of money. Also, you do get, bragging rights. You can tell people you won the first season of FSL. And also, traditionally, the way that FSL has generally worked in the past is that there are usually every subsequent season, a couple of seeded teams as well. So would definitely be helpful if that were the case for season 2 of the Valorant Open. But we are finally in game. I think there was a bit of a pause situation going on.
That's actually a really good point. Like, you never know where these kind of things would lead to, further opportunities in esports, especially. In esports especially, you never know where placing well in a tournament is going to lead. You might be picked up in some random international tournament because of your profile that they've watched in a cast, or they've Googled from some results ranking page, right? And then you get invited to this mega giant tournament. Or even now, we in the SEA Games, we had esports as well. So that's looking on making a more frequent appearance as a medal sport in some of the bigger traditional sport competitions. So it can lead to national representation. It can lead to not just national representation as like a athlete kind of thing, but also to international tournaments. So it's definitely in competitive in pro-am tournaments, you definitely want to place as high as possible.
Exactly. And I mean, talking about just female esports leagues, FSL isn't the only major female esports league around the world. I was recently in Dubai, I think February or March earlier this year, for the Girl Gamer Finals, although that was a CSGO as well as a League of Legends. There are definitely a lot of opportunities, not just for female players. I mean, we saw a couple of games ago, there's that one insane highlight reel that was saying, that's gotta go onto your highlight reel right there. That was the Raze triple kill that we saw that nearly turned the entire round around. So yeah, definitely a lot of opportunities out there for these girls. They do want to go get them. Also, I was looking on the line for a lot of these player profiles. Some of them also did message me after yesterday's group stage matches. I saw some of them added me on Twitter, shot me a message on my Facebook page. A lot of them also stream or have their own sort of content that they're putting out. For example, on Facebook Gaming is definitely a big thing nowadays. So, yep, Valorant, I want to say it's the hottest new game so far. Definitely it's been pulling player base away from some of the other major titles for the last month and a half. So definitely has a lot of potential for competitive in the future.
Yeah, it's filling that void right now at the moment, and it's doing it well. So it is definitely Riot's game to lose, and hopefully they keep with the momentum and keep it going. You know, that initial surprise of having it early, being released, full release early was really shocking to the whole community, and everyone was really happy about that. They've been pretty happy in general about the game itself, and I think everyone kind of understands that, or appreciates rather, that there is a competitive mode in the game so early on. A lot of learning lessons. You can see how they've kind of adapted the game based off the learning lessons from other games as well, but still trying to keep that kind of Riot theme to it. And it's going to be interesting to see how it goes on in the future as it tries to push its way into #1, or at least as a staple in the esports realm.
Yeah, I think traditionally what we saw for FPS, so for example, CSGO has such a major stakeholder in terms of competitive. There's a very dedicated player base as well as a viewer base for that. And then Overwatch, which a lot of people were thinking was going to be a very big thing competitively, just turned out to be a bit difficult in terms of competitive viewership, because just when you're trying to track the fights, there are just a lot of abilities. It's a bit hard to really see the spectator mode in competitive, whereas Valorant, there was some criticism at the start, I think, from a lot of players who are coming over from more traditional FPS games such as CSGO, who are saying, why do we have abilities, why do we have skills in this game, why can't it just be like purely about the shooting, about the diffusing?
Because it's not CSGO, that's why.
Exactly. So for Valorant, it's kind of that mix between CSGO and Overwatch and a bit of like Rainbow Six Siege as well. It's kind of in this middle section.
That's like eating chicken rice and asking why is there no beef on my chicken rice?
Why is this not Fortnite? No, but
why is there rice in my chicken rice?
I think what Valorant's trying to do, because the skills just,
they're well integrated skills. So if you look at the skills themselves in general on offense and defense are very comparable to the utility that you have in most of the competitive FPS games, with the exception, of course, if you look at something like Overwatch, those abilities are just really off the chart compared to the general kind of power that you have with the utility here. Here, your skills, right, or the utility that you have are either like minor offensive or minor defensive. They're not super crazy where you just kill someone out of nowhere.
Exactly. There's a really good balance in Valorant in that the skills make it a bit easier to pick up if you're coming from another game that's not a traditional shooter like CSGO. However, they're also not every single round changing. So you have to wait about 3 to 5 rounds when they become significant. You're not really going in every single round like Overwatch with those large skills. But with that, we are into round #1. Finally, our pause situation has been resolved. Looks like it's going to be a slow push. We're still waiting around, actually, down A long. Trying to see if they can get any more information around B garage there before they really settle on a site. Looks like they are going to go for sewer. Smoke's going down. Brimstone sneakily around that corner. Should be wanting to lay his smokes down as well. Are we going to find a Sage right here? Will it take our location? Going to be reviewed though, so the entire of Team Magnifique rushing towards Site A right now. However, Celeste are going to get the plant down as they were on this site first. They do have 4 members still alive. Take out someone else over in Heavens. Is now a 3 versus 2. Sage's slow orbs coming out as well. So we're going to shoot the recon ball through Heaven for that little bit of information. This is a pistol round, so you need to be super accurate with those pistol shots, especially at range. Juki's going to use the Omen smoke. Taking a while to take out the Tracer dart, but it's going to be a 1v3 situation that we're left with. Bomb still ticking. Can Silva do anything? He's the last member still alive. The rest of the team know that he's over in heaven. Will... Yep, he's just going to...
Yeah, she's just going to save because probably next round they're going to eco, and that will allow her not to have to spend any money on the ghost. Instead, what she can do is she can buy half shields.
Exactly, and then if you're in a 1v multiple person situation from heaven, it's very unlikely that you can actually down the enemy team. You might be able to pick up, say, one headshot from heaven, but it's a good spot to get those picks, but you're not going to get the team wipe from up there. So makes a smart decision, chooses to back out, make the best of the situation that they were in. That sounded very contemplative. Tell us more. Tell us more, Death Outer.
I'm just thinking, like, at the moment, Dalil is really good at holding long angles, so they're going to want to get the operator on her as quickly as possible, but we're going to go back into B right now, and I'll pause that thought for the moment. Here in comes the blind, and they'll start to move into the site, so already the raise in the form of Terrathiel will come through. Bulldog, one headshot onto Moxilla. Checks, turns and checks, and she'll hold on that A connector. They've walled off the B connector into the C to B connector, and now they'll come and rotate into garage. Iceberg pushes down long, and is gonna go head to head with Jukes or Juxi. And Iceberg will be taken out by that frenzy. So good work. She's gonna be able to recover a Spectre. No. Valinspo will drop her.
Yeah, frenzy spray not really in her favor around the link corner, especially too.
So that's 2-0 in favor of Celeste. But yeah, what I was thinking was they're not using the Cypher. So what they've decided to do is they've decided to use Cypher on A to kind of solo it at the beginning, which actually does work if you can hold deep in the site behind the box. Now they're gonna give Sova the Lil C long, but she's not gonna be able to hold it until she gets a Marshal or an Operator, and then she's gonna be pretty effective then, I think. So the fact that they've bought this round is a bit curious. No more charges left. Terrathiel will get gunned down by Dalil. So maybe a change of tactic, and maybe she's feeling rifles more this map. As Valentable coming around the corner, down on short, will drop Jane. So that's the healer going down. She'll blind the connector, and that will allow C4 to reposition. So now he goes to the corner of A long. They'll rotate now as the backup starts to come in. So that is Iceberg. She needs to decide what she wants to do. Pops the defensive smokes onto, or the offensive smokes on the connectors on both sides of B to kind of confuse them, and they'll slowly march into that C site.
Yeah, really slow this time around. Down to 30 seconds left on the clock. Does pick up a Sage. Sage wall comes out and finally spiking planted in the last 30 seconds of this round. So the recombo gonna come out just to see who anyone coming down from C long. Collapse is gonna come in. It's a 3v3 as we say that, but instantly becomes a 3v1. Cypher, last person left alive. Ayumi, what can she do at this point? Picks up one, picks up two, makes it a 1v1 coming through garage though. Does she know this is where it's gonna happen? Has the camera angle.
Big brain plays. That's my girl. That's my agent.
I saw her use the camera, so I was like, oh, Phil's gonna love this.
That's it. 1v1. Doesn't matter. 1v3, 1v4, 1v1. As long as you got that camera, you're on the defensive. That's when the situation is for you to lose. And she played it just like she should. Had the Spectre, went slightly closer to close the gap so that the spray would be optimal, and then was able to use the camera for that final situation, which allowed her to see which way Iceberg was going to go. So they'll pick up that round 3-0, and that's going to be very good because they'll break the bank of Magnifique, and Magnifique are going to have to go for Sheriff buy. which is also very interesting.
Location revealed from the spy cam dart. You can see Ayumi is a Cypher herself, so knows how this works. Just going to make sure she's backed around the corner, getting to safety before she takes the 2 seconds to press F. Not for respects, but to take out the dart. But I think we should be pressing some F in chat for the Sage that just went down over in that corner right there. Terathiel on the hunt through B garage right now. Well, yep, she's gonna back off. Would have bumped straight into Sova through the window right there. She decided to go for the chase. Sage getting gunned down over at C-Link. It's gonna head back down towards the CT spawn. Is the last person left alive, and whew, attackers are going to take that one. Picked up the team wipe. Managed to hunt down that brimstone over at the end pretty effectively. And with that, things are starting to pull away from Magnifique. Not in the way that they want. They're currently down 0-4 is the scoreline.
Yep, so the operator's out. As we say that.
Yeah.
Delil finally has the money, brings the operator out. Interestingly, not going to put her on C-Long, but this is actually pretty smart. So they know that they don't have really good, they know they have good control on A. So they're going to put Delil down on mid to try and get the mid window pick. And if she doesn't get anything there, then she'll rotate onto C-Long and hold that angle. And they'll hold Cypher on C as well, just to kind of shore up that defense. The one disadvantage of this setup, though, is that Sage is solo on A, and that means your res and your heal is going to be there. So your Sage has to be smart enough to know when to wall.
Yeah, I totally agree. Traditionally, especially right now since we are into round 5s, is when the operators start coming out on Haven. You usually have them camping down C-Long or A-Long, or as you mentioned, B window, and then the rotation, which is what they're doing this time. Still 5v5. Going to be able to make it just barely at the back of a site, out of range of the orbital. Does get gunned down once that is over. However, Spike does go down, but 5v2. What can Magnifique do?
Not a lot at this moment. So pretty bad decision to go to the back of the site with that operator from Delil. I would have thought she would have gone either out to connector, would have been a better choice. Either that or just stick in the site and get at least 1 or 2 picks as they came through mid. But I think she'll learn from that lesson and will decide to do something better next time. Sheriff buy once again. Why not, I guess. But
yeah, they will have full buy next round. But I agree with
yeah, but you spend 800
on your exactly that you don't have
right?
to, and then there's one ghost, so your entire team not quite on the same page either. Also, Jane, I think we saw that very aggressive Sage style play in their previous series. Hasn't really quite been working out for them this time yet.
She's in.
Footsteps though.
She's gonna have a field day. So she picked up a double. And now she's gonna backstab one more, which will be the Cypher, I'm guessing. No, decides to go back onto B. Knows there's someone there. But we'll continue on her main mission, which is to help her teammates out. Iceberg comes down the corner with that Phantom, drops C4. And so now Terathiel is just gonna be she's just gonna stick at garage and shore up everything. Valentua will drop Moxilla. So last one standing is Jane, and let's see what she's gonna do. Will she go for the aggregate frags? Would she keep that sheriff?
Ray's about to walk into her path right now. Gets that easy headshot from the back. I mean, we've seen Jane. We've seen what good a shot Jane is on the sheriff. Really putting those headshotting skills to good use, and manages to pick up the extra gun as well. Now gonna get pincered 3-way though. Oh no, they weren't watching her at all, but she does get shot through garage in between B and C. But that was really close. She almost picked up an extra double through the B window side on the exit.
Would have been a triple actually.
Yikes.
Because she had good trigger discipline to allow them to walk past. But the closer targets were at mid, and that the one on the left,
Garage.
if she had let it go,
Omen, yep.
yeah, if she had let it go towards A connector, she would have gotten the 2 kills, and then she could reposition and take that fight on the left. But
yeah, I think it's something you hear footsteps on the left, you suddenly switch your camera to the left. I think that might have been it.
It's natural if you're right hand dominant to sweep from left to right, actually. So.
Omen going down at the start. It's gonna be 4v3 already. Didn't see that kill go down. Omen right now in a sneaky spot. Over in garage, wanting to push onto the site. Sniper hiding down in the back of the site. However, gets that close range, but then gets the return killed by another sniper over in C. Link. Sage does use her resurrection, so it will be a 4v2 easy pickup off of the garage, but doesn't get picked up off of Link herself. 3v1 once again. Cypher for the side of Celeste. What is he going to be able to do? Looks like he just yeah, it's gonna trapwire as well as the cage through garage. Garage in general is the more dangerous spot. It is closer, whereas generally from Link, they do go for the peak instead. So yeah, wasn't able to really defend that one at the end, but it doesn't matter. They are 6-1.
So double operator hold. We will have Dalil watching window, who will then reposition if needed. And we then also have C4, who seems to be confident now that she can hold C long with her utility as well as that operator. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. But we're going to see an A push here from
Sneaky
Celeste.
Boost from the start.
It's not really going to do anything though. So they're going to go short and long, and they're going to take that time. Nobody pushing, but they do have the they have the backstab in. She's going to look at it, and she's not going to cancel. So let's see if she can pick it up. She'll pick up Jukes, and now that's gonna be the signal for the rest of them to come and flood in. So all of them are flooding into A right now. Orbital strike on the side, so they're not gonna get the spike down. Terratail will go down, so Moxilla is alive at shot, and somehow will continue to be. But Ayumi will come around the corner and finish her off. Cypher ult is there, so they're gonna see everyone rotating in from the connector from CT, and Jane is gonna have to wait for that cyber cage to go down. Red comes out from Mizai onto Terrafield, so they do have one of their rifles back into play now, and she will heal herself. Recon bot will come out, and that's going to tag at least 2 of them, and the last one standing is going to be Dalil. Dalil gets a flick shot onto Terrafield. Let's see what she can do. She does have 2 shock bolts and Hunter's Fury, but the bomb is ticking away furiously. So she will go for the exit fraction. Instead, misses one of her shots. She has to hit this. And she doesn't, so Ayumi will pick up 3 in that round, and they will not be able to save that operator. So Celeste getting exactly what they wanted, and more.
Yeah, this is just an uncomfortable point in the game when you are playing Haven, where you are around past the first third of the game, where pretty much if you're on the attacking side, there's just going to be snipers everywhere, right? Like, you know, if you go down C long, probably a sniper, or A long, probably a sniper. You can't peek B window at the start because possibly a sniper through the window as well. And I think this is just the most uncomfortable feeling of playing Haven for me. I mean, the unique thing about Haven, it does have the 3 plant sites. However, none of them are really very good options once your enemy side has snipers. Very messy start to this round. Terrestrial, very indecisive, I think, on this push. Not very good. Ultimate utility being used at the start. Looks like they want to hard push down onto site B. They do have the advantage right here in that it's already a 5v1 situation. Once again, Dalil left in this bad spot. No, he's got his bow out! No! Ah, Dalil. We shouldn't laugh, Phil. That
wrong timing, but she had the right idea.
Yeah, she wanted to see where the team were. He wanted to get her recon bolt through there.
No, but it's game sense. Once again, we're seeing that they're starting to learn that you need to know what to do at the right time, and it's you know, some of those bad habits that you need to unlearn. So like, for example, reloading when you have plenty of ammo, not using your utility when you're out in the open, stuff like that. That does add up as you get into more critical moments.
Waiting till you're safe before moving tracer dart, as you mentioned earlier as well. Just all these little crucial things that really make the difference in some rounds.
So we got an eco now. And they are gonna force their way in. So slow up on the back of side. C4 with the frenzy. Here comes the recon dot. Not gonna pick up anyone. Down to 61. Walls off garage. Goes for the spray on CT. And now Dalil will get camera dotted. Jukes picks up a kill though, so that's some good news.
Yep, very nice Sheriff headshot once again. And gonna pick up the enemy gun as well. Sweet skin. Maxilla coming around Link from the back. We're in a 4v3, so still fairly even. However, they've got such a good hold onto the site. I'm not really sure that they're going to be able to do anything. We're going to have to make a decision in the next about 3 seconds or so. Yup, that's the beep. There's no time for this. You can see they're just going for the save, but 1v4. Sage goes down. Not a good game for Jane this time. 9-1. On Haven too. It's getting pretty rough. It's a bit of a dire situation for the Thailand girls right now. They do still have the hope that they're going to swap soon, so then you always have that little bit of a reset once again during the pistol round. The thing is, being down 9-1, it really doesn't give you a lot of buffer once you go into the swap. But we'll see. Oh!
Well, Jane is the 2 MVPs of the teams for their entry frags have gone head to head, and Jane has bested Terrathil this round at least. And now let's have a look. They're just going to hold that mid pretty well. Yumi will come around the corner. Volintable on short will drop Moxilla, so they do have A control. So they call for the spike now, and that signal will come through. Blinding comes around the corner, pops the side of the cage onto a connector, and Yumi will be able to pick up that frag. On Heaven, he'll telly up. That is Volintable with the aid of that cage by Ayumi, and they'll pop another cage, a tripwire right there, just to make sure no one is able to rotate in. It doesn't really matter in the end of the day because Volintable is on a crazy killing spree. We'll pick up a triple in that round, and that's going to bring it to 10-1 on the scoreboard in favor of Celeste. This is the phase where you need to pick up, they need to pick up at least this round, because it's going to be very, very rough for them if they make the swap. And like we've seen in most of our other games, when you make a swap at like 10-1, 10-2, 10-3, it's very difficult if you lose the pistol round and need to get momentum back after that, because you're going to be forced to go for a forced buy.
Yeah, that's the thing. You lose the pistol round. We've seen a lot of teams usually lose the second round as well, because then the team that wins round 1 goes for the buy to push their advantage. So if you're just down 1 or 2, it is really hard to come back, since you have sort of a 50-50 after the reset into the pistol round. But yep. Some snipes going down. Jane does pick up a good kill onto Tarathiel. Sniped didn't land earlier. Did get tagged down to 17 health and loses his life for that. Right now, Omen over in Cubby. It's a huge push coming in through C long. 3 members. Omen teleport onto A with the spike. This could be huge. Is this the play? It's got about 45 seconds. Omen does plant the spike onto A, and only now are we seeing the response from Team Magnifique, all trying to make it through over to A. Oh, he's teleported over to the top of the sewer. Exit, can't see. Oh! Gets the kill. Onto the Omen. Who knew? Better Omen wins is the name of the game, and picks up 2 more kills, making that a triple. Very nicely done from the side of Celeste. Really inspired play, I think, Haven, especially since it's such a big map. And we were talking about how the special feature of Haven is that it does have those 3 plant sites. The thing is, so if you're a team that does something like a or C fake, and then if your Omen has his ult up, and then you're going for that super long range teleport cross map, you're definitely going to be able to, 9 times out of 10, you get the jump on your opponents. The defenders aren't going to be able to have enough time to rotate all the way to the other side. It's definitely a very effective play, especially on a big map like Haven, more so than some of the other smaller maps. Very nicely done, and it's then the 11-1.
Well, Vincible is on a furious and angry spree at the moment. Able to pick up one. Terrathil will be able to drop another as well. Puts the boombot onto mid. Now we're going to see Jux try her luck down on that middle B main area. Misses her shots and will fall prey to Vincible. So she'll pick up a double. And last 2 standing will be Dalil and C4, who will be picked up by Ayumi, who had very, very well placed utility, and that allowed them to pick up the round. So we are on map point in Game 1 of the Grand Finals of the FSL Valorant Open. And right now, it's a hard situation for
it don't look good. This is just what we were
Magnifique.
talking about just now, about how you lose the pistol round especially, and if your score is 12-1, you're almost certain you have to force buy this round, and you're down in credits versus the opposing team. So it's a very hard round to win, but Magnifique are going to have to pull out all the stops here if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, it's forced by Rizai at short. Would have heard the footsteps now, so she's going to call for the rotate. Let's see what Terrathil can do. She'll pop out the boom bot. She'll also have the nades, so that's going to damage them, and it's going to delay that push. And now they're going to be forced all the way back. So they've lost 2 already because Vincible had gone for the backstab before. Vincible went for the backstab and didn't lose her life. So now the counter rotate comes in. Rizai will be able to drop 1 in the form of Jane, and Dalil will follow up with the Stinger. So 2v4 situation. Map on the line. Dalil and Moxilla, last 2 standing. Moxilla needs to pick up this kill, doesn't, and so Dalil will pick up Iceberg, but not before Iceberg is able to drop. Dalil hasn't been able to recover a weapon, though, so she has a Sheriff. She'll get the headshot onto Terrathil. Goes for another one. We'll pick up that double. And now from a 4-on-2, it becomes a 1v1. Dalil up against, who is it? It's Ayumi. And all the utility is on that C site, so it's not going to help at all. Dalil, though, is on 42 health. And Ayumi.
She needs to
plant.
She's
You're
got
true.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. She has more than enough time. She'll get the plant. She has the recon build and 1 shotgun. And now with the plant, does have Hunter's Fury. Now the question is, what is she going to do? She doesn't know where this is going to come through. And she almost gets the quad kill and the clutch, but just unable to hold on. Ayumi just too much health. Had full health plus full shields, if I'm not wrong, and that is the reason why Ayumi took that round. So just a bit unfortunate right there for Dalil. She did her best, and in any other circumstance, I think she would have taken that if she had just a bit. I don't know how she could have played it better. Like,
I mean, you have fairly good knowledge where you're kind of expecting them to show up from garage anyway. She was looking there at that point. It's just a straight up 1v1 who sees each other first, as we saw. I mean, that's just,
I don't know. Well, the only way I think that would have played out differently is perhaps if she went for a fake and then either recon darted a pretty big area either before the fake or after the fake, and then that would have allowed her to see whether Ayumi would have picked. But the odds were against her anyway, because she didn't know where Ayumi was going to come from, and she also didn't have health advantage. So yeah, we are going to go to a short break, and we'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes time. So I hope you enjoyed that match. Go and grab a drink, grab a couple snacks. We are in it for a interesting second map, and we'll see you very shortly.
Hi guys and welcome back to the FSL Female Esports League First Asia Pacific Valorant Open Grand Finals. We're just very shortly going to get into game for game number 2 of this best of 3 Grand Finals. Just to recap, Team Celeste, our Indonesian as well as Malaysian squad, are leading. They have 1 game up off of Magnifique, our Thai team, and very convincing faction, 13-1 over on Haven.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this time round, we're on Bind, and they're starting defense side on Bind. Whew. That's going to be rough. Fingers crossed. Phil and I both hoping for this to go to 3 games. You want to see a close, exciting series. Of course, I'm sure all of you viewers at home want to see those close, exciting games.
They got no Cypher, though.
Oh, wow.
So
that is true.
This is going to be interesting how they hold this defense.
Yeah, without Cypher, you're going to have to play it more even. Especially like yesterday, just the way that Cypher enables you to play on Bind is you can really just leave Cypher plus 1 other member, not even, of your team on site B after laying down those initial trap wires. And that makes for a very easy rotation towards site A if Magnifique do decide to push in there. But without Cypher, the option really isn't open to them. You can see 2 of them over behind Kuka, over by the portals. Juki's gonna go down instantly, but it's 4v4, and there's the portal sound being open. Boombot laid down through the shroud. Doesn't pick anyone up. Nade being thrown down towards the B alongside. Nice headshot pickup by Tarathiel. It is a 4v3 right now. Made it through onto the site safely through Hookah.
Okay, that's going to give them a bit of intel. So now they know that she's pushed down B long, and they will just think about what they want to do. Pushing down B long now are the duo of Moxilla and C4. And they have successfully tricked Celeste to think that they've gone to A.
Sneaky, sneaky.
We'll get the plant, and here comes the portal. So 2 to the portal, 3 coming through, and then 1 coming in from CT. That is going to be none other than Rizayu. And now they'll push all of them. Tarathiel will go down first. Ayumi taking out T4, and Ayumi will drop Moxilla as well. So they get the defuse, and they'll take the pistol round 1-0 in pretty convincing fashion. I've actually figured out now and deciphered the secret of how they're going to hold the site without Cypher. So Tarathiel is a very aggressive player. I have seen her play both inside FSL, outside FSL, and also I played against her online. And what they're going to do is they're going to keep her towards the B side and allow her to kind of be the first rotator between A and B. So either way, if she needs to jump portal, she'll jump portal and use that boombot, that frag grenade, which is also very cutely called none other than paint shells. Does basically is a slow plus damage.
I mean,
so
it's throwing more than paint. That's we gotta be sure.
So that's definitely how they're gonna hold, and she does have that creativity to know how to use the blast packs to like jump up and stuff. So she is going to be the key player on this team coming into this game.
Yeah, one thing that I think really separates the good Raze mains from the great Raze mains, which is something that we've seen Tara Thiel do, is, as you mentioned, use the blast pack for that extra mobility. I think a lot of just casual players don't really realize that Raze is a very mobile agent. She can use her blast pack to really boost herself up to high spots, also to get a high ground advantage once some skirmish breaks out. Also, her rocket launcher can also boost her up. Of course, she does take the splash damage from that if she does use that, but definitely opens up a lot of very creative ways to play Raze. I think we've seen a couple, well, there are a couple of them floating around Facebook Gaming, Twitch clips of really insane Raze plays when they do have all their abilities up. To get word from production, one of the players is restarting their computer, which is why we are in a bit of a pause situation. We also got word during the break. Celeste actually, because we were just talking during the break in between games about how game one Celeste's style of play was just so clean. It was an absolute treat to watch. And as you brought that up, we actually heard from production that Celeste used to play competitively together in I think it's Counter-Strike in CS:GO, and then now that Valorant has launched, they are trying their hand at playing Valorant competitively as well. So would be a pretty nice thing to add to their virtual trophy case if they do manage to win the first season of the Female Esports League Asia Pacific Valorant Open. But that's, I think, definitely what they're setting their sights on. It's also definitely what the team should be expecting given the level of play that we've seen from them this entire competition.
Yeah, and for all your custom PC needs, of course, have a look at Dreamcore so you don't have to restart your PC. They definitely will set you up and prepare your PC for all your competitive gaming needs. So big shout out to them for sponsoring FSL's. I think they do they sponsor other FSL tournaments as well. Now, if you're wondering how to get to the Dreamcore website, you can always go onto Yahoo. So use the Yahoo search engine and you get to the Dreamcore website. The only thing I'm not very sure about is solid skill. Super
Solid.
Now,
Solid
the
skills
thing-
are something
the thing
that's a
is-
challenge
the thing
to
is,
all of us.
even though
you know?
I don't know, I'm not so familiar with super solid, I would turn on my Dreamcore PC, go onto my browser and use the Yahoo search engine to find out what super solid is. And once I Yahooed it, I would find out that they make monitors.
Yes. Advanced high refresh rate monitors, perfect for content creators and gamers as well. You know what they say if you if you're looking for those solid skills, you know, pick up some gear that will really help enable you for that. Just better refresh rates, that sort of thing will really help. You know, don't always blame you dying in game to lag. I mean, I say you, but I mean the general you. I don't mean you. I really mean me, is what I mean.
I don't really complain actually when I play. But I do swear like a sailor. So, as my whole family and friends can attest, I'm not that bad in real life, but definitely when I game, I'm a bit out of control with the swearing. But yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Hopefully, we do get more sponsors online with FSL in the future. But big shout out to those three right now. So we're gonna get back into the game. It is 1-0 on the scoreboard. Moxilla early on with the kill onto Valenciable through the wall as they try and push through window. They'll back up for a bit. They'll put the offensive smokes now, and the defensive smokes will also come out from Iceberg to try and slow down the attack. It is a full eco from them. They do have a frenzy on Jux, and now they're gonna push down through long into B main. Moxilla waiting for the smoke to dissipate, but Iceberg already has her lined up. Will get the kill. One more coming around the corner. That's Jux. The frenzy is gonna miss. She'll try and go for the triple. Now has the headshots, but misses. Doesn't matter though, because Tarathiel is around the corner with the Bulldog. Will finish off. And now Yumi coming in from window will drop Jane, and that's gonna be the round. They lose 2. So pretty okay eco, but they don't get the spike plant, which is the most important thing that they wanted to get out of that. And that will bring it to 2-0 on the scoreboard. Still early days, nothing to really worry about. And they are going to go for a split buy. Either that or they're just chilling out and thinking whether they want to do it. Yeah, they'll go for the buy. And that's going to be, I think, 3 Spectres. I think 3 or 4 Spectres and a Bulldog. Yeah. Yep. Three Spectres, a Phantom, and a Bulldog. And that's a force from them. So that's actually pretty interesting.
Going to force Phoenix back to his original location. Jane right now camping entrance to Hookah after that cute little portal skirmish. Smoke's gonna go down at Hookah entrance though. Jane making sure she makes absolutely no sound as she makes her way through. Hookah is going to catch out Iceberg right here though. Portal sound. Oh! What? How did Jane do that? Picking up 2 in Hookah. Self-heal as well as going to top her off back to max health walls off the back CT side. Getting the spike plant this time. It's going to be the turnaround. Is a 4v3 right now in favor of Team Magnifique. Ayumi over round the back.
Needs the flash. She needs the flash.
So little vision on site though.
One more flash. She gets taken out, but doesn't matter. Tarathiel will come around the corner, gets that headshot. We'll get the headshot onto Long as well.
She is so
Jane will pick up a quad. Tarathiel with a quad as well.
No!
And Jane will be able to take out Tarathiel.
I mean, we talked about that, right? It's pretty much Jane versus Tarathiel at this point. Yeah. Girls, you watching this? Add me on Valorant. My tag is the same as my caster tag. Is going to be Ray Rachu. Surprise, surprise. Add me in game. Let's play together.
It's pretty rough though. So she used her showstopper ult in that round. So did get the kill. We'll give her the creds for that, but doesn't get that defuse. So that's not exactly what she wanted. But nonetheless, we will trudge on. The show must go on. 2-1 on the scoreboard in favor of Celeste at the moment.
Yeah, but
and
what
it's evening out.
Yeah, what a huge clutch win for Magnifique for that round. He's talking about how Bind is one of the more imbalanced maps, does heavily favor the defender's side. So the fact that Magnifique actually 2-1 is a very respectable score, but we'll see. Lots of action already going down onto side 8. Third time's the charm. Picks up the headshot with the Sheriff, but reload rate gonna be too slow. Does it go down? Will be a 3v2 situation. Trapper are going to reveal their location for now. They only know that Brimstone is there. They don't know that it's actually 2 people coming through that entryway though. So Molly going to go down over into U-Haul. Flash coming out. It's going to be a signal for them to make a move onto the site. Picks up the Sova. Brimstone goes to down as well. But now it's just Phoenix versus Cypher. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And it's even funnier because we can see their chat on our screen. We can see their oopsie in the party chat. Oh no. Comedy of errors that round, but it's going to be a 2-2.
Definitely a highlight of the match in a grand final.
Highlight's one way of putting it. I think you mean the other one. But yeah, very entertaining. That's for sure. It's nice that the players recognize this. They can let loose a bit, just let off a bit of steam. I think from the high pressure situation of having played for 2 straight days during the tournament.
All right, let's see. Eco coming out from Celeste right now. And what? They've gone through the portal to kind of confuse them. And they're stacking up at mid now. But that's going to give the free reign for Magnifique to get into the site pretty easily. Now the rotate from Celeste from mid will now come through onto the A side. They're going through CT. For some reason, they will waste a orbital strike. And now, as the spike has been planted, we'll start to make their way in. Defensive smoke on Heaven. Blast pack. Whoa!
Oh!
Skills for days, but doesn't follow up with any kills. So unfortunately for her, it doesn't really help out. Orbital strike comes down, the offensive orbital strike that is, and C4 will pick up a kill. So now Ayumi and Rizai are still up. Rizai with a headshot, Ayumi and a headshot as well. She has to go for defense. She goes for the fake to try and be at front, but will be taken out as Moxilla will drop her pretty well. Probably shouldn't have rushed in, I think, and just held at the shower entrance.
What a close round!
But that was skills, man.
That was, oh my god, that was so nice. As a Raze main, I mean, I personally, I don't think I'm ever going to have the raw skill to pull something like that off.
Damn, man, I wish we had replay. I wish we had a replay system where you could just put that onto instant replay.
That distance
Perfect.
so well.
Yeah.
No, the timing on the blast pack as well to make it that entire distance straight through the door. Like, I could practice that to get that good, but I'm just not going to have that raw instinct to be able to do that or be as bloodthirsty as that. Man, if that had worked out, hats off to her. Straight for the highlight reel, but I mean, still very impressive.
I won't be able to do that because my sense is way too low.
When you swipe your mouse across your mouse pad.
Yeah, it's way too low. It's like 400 DPI,
what?
0.25, something like that. Yeah.
No way.
There we go. Flurry of kills at so fast at Showers that I can't even keep up with them. And Moxilla did pick up at least 3. So they do have the spike down. 1v3 situation. They have 1 at short, 2 at Showers. Ult comes out. Iceberg will break the wall. And Ayumi will be taken out. So she'll find the information about where that short person is. Needs to be able to take her out. Fire onto the wall, onto the floor. And now it's going to get dropped. So Ayumi will be able to drop the Lil. Has 2 in Showers. Might be able to pick up a double. Unable to do so. C4 will be able to drop Ayumi. And it's actually a very dangerous plant. The plant outside of Showers. Because it can go very wrong if they have the right utility. But even if they don't have the right utility, you can actually hold down that angle and spray that angle pretty fast. But that'll bring it a 4-2.
Yeah, that's I think what Magnifique is doing is they're trying to get the runaround on Celeste as much as possible. We're talking about how Celeste came over from competitive CSGO. The girls, as you've seen, they have a very clean playstyle. They communicate very well. I think the way Magnifique is trying to win this is just by being so creative and just doing things that Celeste probably has not seen in their practice scrims. I think that's the way that Magnifique has been able to actually take 4 straight rounds on the attack on Bind. Is something we've absolutely never seen before. Especially in the last 2 days of this competition. It's Raze.
Backstab.
Yep.
Backstab ult. And they get the spike down. But unfortunately for them, they don't know that Valentavo is in sight as well. So she's just going to check Shower. She knows that someone's there. And if she can take him out, she's going to go for the defuse very quickly.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Bang. Gets the head and the chest. And she'll go for the field defuse. No problem. There's a wall still up. Has a teammate. And we'll be able to get that field defuse very easily. So that's 4-3 on the scoreboard. Celeste finally getting into the groove of things. And looking slightly brighter for them now as they've equalized the economy somewhat.
Yeah, Eco. Both these teams, yeah, it's going to be sort of a mixed buy on the side of Magnifique after losing that. I can see 2 pistols. Looks like it's going to be a double sheriff, full shield, whereas just going to be the light shield for Jukies this time around. Looks like it's going to be a slow push round towards B site. Mid usually very heavily contested at this point in time. Kind of got the number on Celeste. They know there's usually around 2 people hanging around hookah. around this entrance over by the portals. Oh, Ayumi does pick up C444 off screen though, already turning this into a 5v4. Magnifique do look like they want to commit onto B though. There's the portal. Nice shot. Is going to get her ultimate off of that as well. But right now, Sage, last person left alive. Can Jane do anything? It's going to be a no. Flawless coming out from Celeste to tie this one up 4-4.
Well, they're going to be happy about it so far. Getting 4 on attack is already a pretty big accomplishment on Bind. And anything else from here, they're going to be pretty happy. So we're going to see the Sheriff Eco coming out from, well, mostly Sheriff Eco coming out from Magnifique. And they're going to see what they can do. But like I said, I have a very big disdain for Sheriff Ecos because I don't really, I've never seen, I don't know.
Yeah, funnily enough,
at least locally,
you've
I've never
mentioned
seen.
it a few times.
I've never seen a team that has been super proficient with the sheriff. Like all of their members.
Yeah,
really
I mean
good
it
with
works
the
on
sheriff.
some of them. Jane, such a crack shot with that sheriff, just instant one shot tap you in the head. But yeah, I mean full team, bit iffy.
Last one standing in that round as Valenciable was able to pick up 2, I think, and then Yumi picked up 2 as well.
think
And all of that happened at the A side.
Yeah, I think he's trying to see if he can get a plant down and see if he can maximize that. Oh, nice! 200 credits in the bag.
Plus a Phantom.
Picks up Brimstone from Hyuga. Flash coming
Double
out
kill.
though.
Okay.
Oh!
Interesting. 3-on-1.
Portal sound. Here's a collapse coming in from Celeste.
And they're stacked up on window. This would be...
Nice blast
Okay.
pack, and those were the plays we were saying. Blast pack just to get that instant high ground advantage. You get that boost, kind of the way that you would play if you were Jet as well. Yeah, instantly boost you up high. Get a good shot down. The only thing is your aim does suffer a bit. When you are moving that way, but not a problem for Tarathiel, especially also she had 3 members from her team versus just 1 on Magnifique. But very nice collapse. I think Magnifique should be not happy, but all right with that. I think Sova is really trying to maximize what he could get. Which was the kill credits, 200, and the plant for another 300 more.
Yeah, so they're going to go through the cyber cage, and there is a wall, so they're going to have to navigate that. C4 will be able to drop Rizai, and the ult coming out now. So they're going to see all the positions. They'll go for the rotate now, but they know where the defensive rotate is coming out from. Recon Bolt is ready to go. Iceberg on Heaven, though, will drop 1. Valenciable with a headshot on Jane over at Shot, and now that will bring it to a 2-on-2. They do have high ground advantage, and that's going to help Iceberg. And now the U-Haul is Jukes.
1v1 right now. Juki's trying to look for that. Brimstone is behind middle back of the site. Oh, they are going to meet each other in lamps.
Just better cross. That was essentially better crosshair
Placement round the corner. Yep.
Yeah. Not much to complain about there, and that will bring it to 6-4 on the scoreboard. 2 more rounds remaining. We're into the 11th round of this half, and we do have an operator finally on Rizai, who is going to hold shot.
Safety's up.
Comments?
I'm a bit surprised that it's taken this long, actually, because we've seen the defense side actually usually stick to 2 members over around hookah. I think in general, a lot of people will get that sniper early and stick the sniper down B long, I think, but we haven't really seen that despite this being the 11th round so far. 2v5. Spike is down, however. No one really with that much vision around it. Recon ball going to reveal location for now. Okay, we say that. Invincible does lay down the smokes to kind of hope that someone from the enemy side is going to walk in and they'll be able to pick them up. Does hear the footsteps, however, picks up the Cypher. Here's the portal. Salma gets instantly killed off right as he steps out of the smokes. So, bit of a good effort, but no cigar.
7-4, and now we're into the final round of the first half. If I was Celeste, I wouldn't be very happy about this score. Definitely could have done a lot better, but we'll see what happens when we do switch sides. Magnifique, though, on the other hand, are going to be ecstatic with 4 rounds on the attack on Bind. And now we'll see how it turns out. Full buy and a bit of a half forced buy. I mean, it's the last round, but they have to go Spectre instead of Rifle. So now we're going to see Window pop up in a few short seconds. Dalil ready to go. Should maybe put a Recon Bolt and decides against it. So they're waiting for the Omen to come in, and that's Jukes. Will pick up a double, and the auto rotate will be called in. We do have Tarathiel coming through CT, but she's going to get walled off. A bit of a hole, though, in the wall, and that's going to allow her to possibly get 2 kills. She'll get 1, and now they need to break the wall, which they will do now. In the backline, is there anyone? There is Valentable over at elbow, but will get taken out. So Tarathiel is going to be the last one standing as Rizai tries to go through elbow. She does have her ult. Pops the nade. Will get Moxilla. Showstopper after using 2 blast packs. Will get the double. And that is going to allow her to get the defuse. So an amazing round from Celeste. Pretty unconventional retake, and they will head into the second half, 8-4.
Tarathiel, girl, she's my MVP for sure. I mean, a lot of people, when they're thinking of the way that they like to play in other games, and they come over to Valorant, you know, usually the people who favor flashy, assassin, duelist type of play styles. I think those that section of the player base just very naturally gravitates towards agents such as Reyna, Jet, Phoenix as well. But Ray's mains, man, they're a whole different breed. Tarathiel just showing us how flashy and how good it looks when you make those flashy plays happen.
Okay, well, they have a bit of a buffer now, so a pistol round can go Ori for them if they want. And let's see, they're going to wall it off, are they, if that recon ball picks up anyone. So they do pick up 2 or 3, so they'll pop down the wall, and that's going to delay that push for a short bit. They do, though, have a Yumi on Showers, and she's going to push up slowly. But right behind that wall is Jane, so she's lining them up. She just has to let a couple through and hope that they don't check her. Okay, let's 1 through. Good work. Is waiting. Wall's gonna crack pretty soon. Will come around the corner and get the kill. No, she won't. Iceberg will say not today. And then they will rotate through Portal because they do recognize that that has delayed their push by a huge extent. Boombot gonna go straight into CT. It's gonna get slowed down slightly. He'll teleport across. So actually, that's pretty good use of the teleport by Juxi. And comes around the corner. Goes up against Tarathiel. You can't miss your shots when you go up against her. And C4 will drop her though, as she tries to go around corner to clear that. Last one standing is C4. As the goal, Spike is down, and Valentable will finish her off. So 9-4 on the scoreboard. They pick up the pistol round, and Celeste is definitely where they want to be now. They'll be happy picking up the pistol round, which probably will give them the advantage now, and then they just have to hold on.
Yeah, it's gonna give them a momentum, as you said, into round 2 as well as round 3. Since we do see a lot of the time, the side that takes the first pistol round very likely takes the second round as well. So Magnifique definitely looking to close this gap now that we are after the swap. Flash going to come out already. It's going to be a 4v4 situation. Tarathiel with the spike. Oh, Boombot! Doesn't have a time to explode. However, gets gunned down straight away. And right now in Lamps, oh, this is going to be sneaky. Omen picks up the kill right round the corner over in Lamps. And right now it's just 4v1c444 over on CT side. Does manage to pick up one, however, but does mean that the other 3 members of Celeste know where he is. They know that he's the last member left alive from the side of Magnifique. Just kind of wanting to get some, looking like she wanted to get some exit frags from there, but bomb is ticking. Oh, is she gonna make it? Nope, she gets gunned down instead by the Rays, by Tarathiel, and yeah, very textbook ending to that round. I think a lot of the times we see some of the girls where it looks like they want to eco and save their gun, but then we also see them just kind of turn around and be like, wait, you know, like exit frag, come on, and then instead they get gunned down. So bit of a 50-50 which they choose. Kind of feel like sometimes, you know, you wanna, if you want to bring your gun to the next round, just stick to it, hide somewhere.
Defensive smoke on short now. Iceberg with the molly. Gonna try and cut off anyone who is around that corner and potentially U-Haul. And another smoke is getting ready. Tarathiel onto window. Cyber Cage has been popped. Does a decent amount of damage onto C4, who is at CT, of course. And will try and boom pack anyone around the corner. Now she is going to be the signal to see if she can pick off anyone. They'll rotate to B. And now the offensive smokes on A side will be able to drop Jane. Moxilla comes around, gets the return kill. Tarathiel drops C4. Juxi though onto Tarathiel. Now back onto the A side. Dalil picks up a double edge short. And that will mean the only one left standing is Valincible. Now she does know that there's one of them at U-Haul, but she doesn't know where the rotate is from. Suddenly thinks, okay, maybe there is a rotate. That's Juxi going down. And the last one standing is going to be Dalil. Now she's trying to bait her out with the telly, and that is working out pretty well. And if Dalil just had a slightly more patience, maybe that would have been a very different outcome. But 11-4 on the scoreboard now. They do have the lead. And the big question right now for Magnifique is, do we go for a force buy, Spectre force buy, and risk just being broke coming into match point? Or do we go for the eco and then try and claw our way back in with some money the next round?
Yeah, it's stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's really never a good decision. It's kind of what we were saying, you know, you're down at the 11 round mark. You know that they only need 2 more rounds left.
Well, it's
they
going their
are
way
doing,
so far.
Yep, exactly. It is 4 and 3. There was, I think, fire down right by the Porto, down to 2 members of the Celeste alive. Actually, it is going to be a 2v2. They do even out the score. Omen and Cypher going up against Juki's. Valincible, as well as the Sage, who still has Spike, looking for a good spot to plant. They know this side isn't clear, but they do get that very good pickup over in Lamp, so it means it's just going to be a 2v1. They know if they can pick up the Sage, they've got this one in the bag, and that half eco is really working out for them.
Yeah, the force buy has worked out, so they do have a bit of money heading into the next round, and that will help them out to keep it away from match point, hopefully.
Yeah,
So,
very nicely done for that. I think what we've seen, especially in the top 2 teams, a lot of very good angle checking, especially. They have very good map sense, so when you see them slowly going into rooms such as Lamps, they kind of know that the enemy, someone from the enemy team is going to be there. Just, I like it. I like seeing this high level of play.
So we do have the ult on Phoenix. Terrathiel has her showstopper ready as well. We have a backstab Telly ready in the form of Juxi. Hunter's Fury also, and then you have a Res. So that's going to help them if retake goes wrong. Camera is going to tag someone on long, so they do know that there's potentially a long push coming in. Question now is, how's this going to turn out? Rizai will pick up an orb, so she's 1 kill or the spike away from having a res. And I think this round is really going to go down to the wire. So Juxi now with the Phantom has that teleport, potentially could just go and teleport out now. And they're going to decide to use Yumi. Going to decide to use her ult, so that's good. Gets a bit of information. Well, Lincible and Terrathiel on the side will pick off the one at elbow, one at CT, but has to contend with Moxilla at elbow, who will pick her up. Iceberg will stop that portal coming through, and Terrathiel will wrap up the round. So we go to map point, and it is also grand final point. It's best of 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are grand final point as well.
Ooh.
If Celeste can pick this round, they are the champions for the first FSL Valorant Open. It is down to the wire now. We do have 4 ults. Okay, we have 4 ults on Magnifique, including a res. So let's hope that the res is used, well, and Sage stays alive.
I think the Sage from Team Celeste actually used her res at the end of the last round. Not sure if it was.
No, she doesn't have enough. But the thing is, Magnifique's Sage, whose team is down, 7 rounds and is on grand final point, has died. So that res is gone. And Ayumi goes down for Celeste. So it's a 4-on-4. They're not out of the woods yet. They do have that all the Dalil will drop Valentable at window. Juxi does have full utility, so she can teleport if you want. And she's going to use that Sheriff. She misses her shot, so she will go down. Now C4 needs to pull something out of the hat to keep her team in this. Boombot gonna come through. They do have an orbital strike, so they call the orbital strike down to stop that spike plan. That's pretty good work right now. C4 gonna come around the corner. Counter orbital strike on to window. Will stop one. Dalil's gonna be able to pick up 1 kill. Here comes the showstopper. Will she be able to pick up Moxilla? No, there is a wall there. C4 goes down though. Terrathiel will get taken out by Moxilla. So now it's a 1v1. Here comes the stim beacon. Right behind the wall. The wall's going to go down, and Moxilla, unfortunately, will be taken out by Rizal, who isn't the most, the most strong of players, but definitely at that crucial moment pulled out the goods and has essentially sealed the grand final for Team Celeste.
Yep, that right there is a moment where a champion is born, taken from, what was it, Hunger Games?
No idea. I've never watched Hunger Games, and I've never read the books, so I'll take your word for it.
Yep. With that, guys, wow, huge, massive congratulations to Team Celeste, our Indonesian and Malaysian team, for winning the first ever season of the FSL Female Esports League Asia Pacific Valorant Open. Of course, GG as well to Team Magnifique, our Thailand squad. They did show us some absolutely great games as well. The semifinals that they took 2-0.
Yep.
Really exciting series too, and I mean just good games all around to all 24 of the teams that did participate this time around. Fun fact, I actually registered for this season of the FSL Open. They told me, because I didn't have a team, so they told me they would actually match me with some.
Yeah, they do that. They do that quite a bit.
Yeah. The thing is, there were so many signups. I think the response was really overwhelming. I think within the first day, all the signups were full, even though it's 24 teams of 5 girls each. I think this is one of the hands down the most popular games so far. The FSL has offered up for one of their open competitions. It's just very encouraging, very good to see, since Valorant is the first FPS title that FSL has decided to run a competition for. So just very good response overall.
Yeah, and the games did not disappoint, especially the knockout games. I quite enjoyed them, and they were pretty high level as well. Definitely did surprise me quite a bit. Big shout out to our sponsors once again, Dreamcore, Super Solid, and Yahoo. And of course, you are Reirachu on.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Also Weibo, but I mean, people don't
Cool.
use that as
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
I'm DeathAdderSG on Facebook and Twitch, and we hope that you've enjoyed this tournament. We'll hope to see you in the very near future, and hope you have a great rest of your weekend.